Welcome to Top 4. My name is Peter. I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm joined by Oscar, a Chelsea fan.
He hates the Scouts. He hates the Scouts. Timo Werner. He hates the Scouts.
I'm joined by Adrian, a Liverpool fan.
In the words of the great Bad Cartel, I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
I am joined by Ernest, a Manchester United fan. Welcome back, Ernest.
Listen, glad to be back. The champ is here, obviously. Clubless. I don't know about what Manchester United is. I'm just gonna keep it neutral for now. Neutral gear. You get me? But glad to be back, man.
I'm joined by Robin, a Manchester United fan. Sometimes,
only sometimes. Other times, I'm an RB Leipzig fan. Sometimes I'm a PSG fan. Sometimes I'm Inter Milan fan. I'm a fan of the football. And guess what? The football's on its way back. Thank you very much.
It's back on, ladies and gentlemen. It's back on. And I'm joined by David, an Arsenal fan. Come on, man. Hey, 100%. We are live right now on the YouTube. Make sure you share, like, and subscribe. So we're going to kick things off. As you know, we can't avoid this topic. The Black Lives Matter movement has absolutely, shocked the entire world. The entire world has actually got their eyes on racism at the moment, especially with black people. And we've seen various clubs come out, like Liverpool have put out a kneeling, taking a knee. Sorry. You've got statements made by other various clubs such as Manchester United and Arsenal and Chelsea, and so on. What has been your thoughts now that we've had some time to let the dust settle? I know things are still a bit high, but what have you made of it, Adrian? I'll start with you.
I think this feels different to sort of the previous times in which we've sort of protested and demanded really to be equal. I think there's almost in the past, I think it's been a thing wherein an atrocity will happen. We'll protest, but then I think normality will then ensue. People, you go back to work on Wednesday, you're a line manager. Whereas now, I think in line with the coronavirus, I think there's been a much more concerted focus and a much more concerted effort into actually, bringing about change, and to actually, making this sort of moment, unfortunate moment, as we said, a real sort of catalyst for change. So it's definitely, we're having conversations that we normally wouldn't have. And ultimately, hopefully, we can start to see some change in legislation, and let's call it a spade. Black people can be treated as human beings, because that's what we want at the end of the day.
Interesting, Ernest. What's been your take on it?
I just don't trust football organizations when it comes to racism, because when scenarios kicked off, that they could have made their stand known. It just didn't happen as it should have. I think as we saw with last week, sometimes it seems like it's a convenient PR stunt to just support Black lives as it's trending. But you have to look at what's actionable. What can they actually change? Is it based on merit that you employ a lot of your employees in executive positions, or is it an issue of is it an old boys club? That's just on a corporate level. On a player level, I think United, Liverpool, other clubs are just like, stop it. Like just start talking with your actions instead of PR stunts. Like Suarez has put up, pictures of we're all monkeys with him and Coutinho, and they backed his brother. No, Pete, honestly. And then one guy made a point on I saw online, and he was saying that United shouldn't be able to chat either because Sky Sports have been pamming Pogba for the last 3 seasons, and it's like you kept silent the whole time. So it's like I don't really trust a lot of these football clubs. So for me, until it's actionable, I don't really see the point in any of this. It's just a PR stunt, as far as I'm concerned.
No, that's fair enough. How about you, Robin? What are your thoughts on that?
No, I agree with Ernest. A lot of things, there's a lot of talk, whereas if you look at what's happening in the world right now, a lot of people are now action in things. It's like, right, listen, we've done enough talking. We need to action things. And I feel like in the football world, we need to do the same. And we've seen glimpses of it in the Bundesliga. So when Jadon Sancho did the shirt and all that stuff. So we've seen glimpses, but we don't want it to be a thing of, I'm doing it for this thing for one time, and then I'm just going to go back to normal. I feel like if we're going to do this and we're going to challenge the state of racism today, we need to keep going. Every game, every PR stunt, every interview that we do, we need to remind people, like, guys, we're human beings. We're not just a color. I don't see you as a white person. I don't see you as a black person. I don't see you as an Asian person. I see you as a person who wants to play football. And we're playing football against each other and for each other. And at the end of the game, I still want to win that cup. And I want to beat you as a team, not you as a color. And that's how I feel about it today.
Fair enough. How about you, David?
Yeah, I agree with what guys are saying. My thing is, first thing they need to get rid of is that the word BAME. That one needs to go in the bin. BAME, man.
Babe.
Because the reason why I say that is obviously, I don't know if you lot saw that interview, there's a little clip on Twitter about Sophie Ridge, the reporter on Sky News, asking the health secretary, got black people in the what in your cabinet making decisions, and who did you refer to? The Chancellor and the Home Secretary, who are Asian, and she said specifically black people, and he said no, our cabinet is diverse. So that one, babe, needs to go in the bin. We start off today. Everyone individually. It doesn't like in the sense of football, yeah. Like obviously, us like black people, we've had our issues. We can't get into coaching, management, all this. Bro, Asian people can't even get on the pitch, bro.
Yeah, for real. That's a madness. That's a madness. Well, could you argue on that though? Could you argue that you look at the percentages of white people, black people, Asian?
That's why I was gonna say maybe it's a cultural thing. Maybe most people are attracted to cricket, but I'm sure there's some people who want to play football. But obviously, it's I know you. I know your kid.
Yeah.
There.
I hear you.
Stop lumping us all into one thing, bro. It's not just a football thing. Like this is just like general society, but specifically football, because we're a football podcast. Right?
Sure.
Ben word in the bin, bro.
Yeah.
Then we can go.
You've made a good case. I think you fought a good fight there. Oscar, let's get your 2 pence on this.
I'll just say, like, it's nice of these clubs and things to post little messages about anti-racism, but you just have to be about your chat. I think there's a lot of people who feel like there have been racial situations and clubs have acted poorly, or the FA or associations have acted poorly, and if they're not willing to acknowledge that, it's almost like lip service. They're just saying the right thing. And it's easy. We've seen so many celebrities and everything just post the right thing, the little Black Lives Matter hashtag and nothing else, which is fine. But I feel like for us to really believe you're about what you say you're about is when we start to see change happen. So as for now, everyone has put out hashtags, everyone's put out black squares and whatever you want. But until another issue of this occurs, we have to see a difference in behavior for us to believe anything you say.
Yeah, I think you're spot on. I'm still in shock by how much this one seemed to have just shocked the entire world. Whether because it's in conjunction with COVID-19, where everybody's at home and everyone's frustrated, and there's a lot more things to talk, to sit on. Whether it's because the video that we saw, the footage that we saw, it's just so undeniable that it couldn't do anything but spark up an uproar. And it's just amazing what the 2020. My goodness, what a year it's been, and we're not even like fully halfway. We're nearly there. Do you know what I'm saying? So who knows, man? I mean, that's gonna be a year to tell the kids, the grandkids. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna go in textbooks. You know what I'm saying? In years to come, like 2020 is gonna be the year where you just think, what on earth? happened in that year. The first 6 months were insane. So, but yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, we're grateful for the awareness being made. But as Oscar said, I think action is next. And you know, as soon as we see some action, then the likes of us and Ernest in that comment as well, that we can believe and trust that something's going to actually happen. And yeah, you know, may the peaceful protesting continue. And yeah. And
Be safe, people, though, because don't forget, COVID is still around.
Well, yeah, I was gonna mention that. So, what do you reckon that in terms of just like the social distancing? How do you guys feel about all of this in terms of, you know, should we be caring about one and not the other, or should we be caring about both? You know, it's despite if it goes back up, then what do we do? You know, we may not have any football, lads. Do you know what I mean?
Bro, it's done, man. Since my man didn't get sacked, everyone said, "Bud, this."
Yeah,
bro.
everyone said,
"Man, I'm in cross country."
Right? Yeah, come and set it up, innit?
Yeah,
You got man on the beach, just chilling, and then bro,
That's
it's
it.
It's a rap show.
Super double standards, bro.
Yeah.
It's amazing because I dread to think what the results are going to be after like the next week or so because of beaches, because of the protesting, because like there's so much going on. Do you know what I'm saying? There is a lot going on. So, and I've seen restaurants and stuff like that. A few of them have opened, and yes, they're just serving in terms of takeaways. But you know, there's a few areas that are packed, and you're like, wow, okay, it is what it is. Raheem Sterling made some very strong comments. That's going to be later on News Night tonight. I wanted to get what your thoughts were. So the main sorry, the main one that came out this morning that I heard a lot about was that the only real disease is racism. So it was in conjunction with the COVID conversation, and he said the only real disease is racism. So, you know, he's put out a very, very staunch comment, which, you know, every time he speaks, he seems to he polarizes. He seems to grab attention. There is something that you have to take heed. So
did he say anything more than that, or is that just the only thing?
There's a whole. The thing is, there's a whole interview coming out tonight, so we'll have to see it in full context.
Yeah, because if he just said that, then it's the wrong thing to say. Well, because that undermines like COVID.
AJ said the same thing in Watford, bruv, and he's getting things for it.
Yeah, so I can't comment until I see the whole thing. But
yeah, no,
it retorts back to my first point where we said be safe in your protesting. Man, guys, this thing is killing people, and it still is.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm all for it. I'm all for the protest. I'm all for the change, but be safe about it. Don't just go mask. Go with gloves. Go with stuff and go peacefully. No one wants to fight. But,
no violence. Yeah. No, you know, I think for the shock value, you know what entertainment's like. They're gonna put out the lines that are like, "Whoa, what's he said there? How has he said that?" And then when we actually watch Question Time, I guarantee it will be probably a lot more tame than what was portrayed early this morning. So that's part of the gig, unfortunately. So as much as we might see, you know, the line will be out of context for now, just to get us watching it. So yeah, you know, we'll look forward to it, and we'll see the interview in full. Right. Yes, lady.
I think it's in the sense of, you know, it's, you know, racism is nasty, it's infectious, it spreads like wildfire, and ultimately it's something that needs to be stamped out of society. That's probably where the virus parallel comes from, isn't it?
Yeah, most likely.
You know, it's something that we're battling. The same with battling COVID.
Nothing is more relevant today as is COVID and racism. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't get any more than that at the moment. Okay. Let's talk Bundesliga. Let's talk about the recap. I mean, salute to you, man, if you're still watching it, because when Bayern beat Dortmund, I signed the flip out. I said, "That's it. That's my football done." But interestingly, in the Hertha Berlin Dortmund game, I loved the crowd noise. I must admit, you know, Oscar was talking to me about it, and I was like, "Do you know what? It's actually changed the atmosphere when you compare games with no noise at all." And then you've got, you know, FIFA 20 in there just to get a little PR, some PRS or something. But yeah, I enjoyed it with the crowd. What were your thoughts on the weekend?
The fact that I still can't see a crowd is weird. That's me.
Go on, Robin. Say that again.
The fact that I still can't see a crowd, I'm just like, I I need to see people jumping up and down. I need to see people swearing and blinding when a player misses.
You know what? I think it will take a lot out of the big games because the big games tend to have a lot of atmosphere. But when I was watching on Saturday, I was watching the Bayern Munich Leverkusen game. I switched over to check out our new signing, Timo Werner, to see how Leipzig were doing. I wanted to see what kind of runs he's making, whether he's in the channels, what's going on here and there. Do you know what I mean? But then once I switched over, the Leipzig game didn't have any sound. Didn't have any fake sound. I was like, what the heck is going on here? What the heck is going on here?
Nah, I have to laugh. Do you know why? Do you guys remember when Pulisic was about to be signed? Do you remember Oscar back then?
Oh, what?
No, I'm just saying.
Lads, we have a question. We have a question from Sam Fisher. He says, great pod, guys. Am I the only one who thinks Arteta is a little overrated? I mean, all the players coming out about how happy they are, and yet his substitutions have cost us this season, like Olympiacos. So I'm guessing he's an Arsenal fan.
Hey, Sam Fisher's back.
David, you get first dibs on that one.
We can't go over it. Not yet, bro. I have to give him time. Let's give him till next season, bro. We gave Emery a season, and he was dead. And he had to been gone the season before. Flipping collapsing like that. Let's give our time.
What I'll say to Sam's question, I don't even think he's rated in the beginning. So to say that he's overrated, I don't know. Maybe I guess you're talking about the players are saying this, that, and the other. Look, the players are going to know more than anything. You know, they've had Emery, some have had Wenger, and now Arteta. So there must be something that they're seeing where they're like, you know what, I'm loving this. I'm feeling the vibes. It's only until Arteta starts putting them in their place whether they're still acting like that. Because it seemed like the shackles were lifted when Emery left, and so Arteta coming in, it seemed like, yeah, man, this is one of the calm man them. But I heard Arteta as a captain at Arsenal. Some of the players hated him because he was, he was like Jordan-esque in the sense that he demanded the most. No, not his ability. Relax, everyone, relax. I'm just saying, like he as in he demanded so much. He just demanded a hell of a lot.
And you get away with that one, you're not getting away with that. He said Arteta was Jordan-esque.
You heard but you heard what I said. You hear what I'm saying. But yeah, in terms of just demanding of things from his team, now we're not even serious anymore. I was making a serious point, but I'm not saying he's like Michael Jordan.
Sorry, I get what you're saying, but it's too funny.
It's what makes the headlines, isn't it? Yeah, this is a headline thing. But yeah, no, I think Mikel. To be fair, bruv, like Arsenal won. By the time Mikel came in, Arsenal had won, I think, 6 games all season, if that. And then he's won 3 himself. I think it was on a 3-game winning run at the time. So it's before this break. So do you know what, man? I've got some faith in him, and there's something about it that I'm just like, the fact that he's holding players accountable, which is what I'd love to see. Like, before it was very like, oh, this is Arsenal, it's calm, it's like limousine living. Do you know what I mean? Whereas now it's like, no. You're not getting paid if you don't play well. It was like that. It's that kind of vibe. So, yeah, I don't know if you lot have got anything else on Arteta, or if you want to move on to the next question.
Sam Fisher says he personally wanted Allegri, but the board has touted him as being arrogant in the interview. He apparently said to the board, "What are you going to do for me?" And they opted for the nice guy and Arteta. I don't know how. That's a bit of speculation there. Apparently, Allegri had dealings with Arsenal and they chose Arteta over him.
Mando?
What do you guys think about it?
Mando?
You want the peas, blood? Yo,
Listen,
funny, bro.
You see Sam's point? Last summer, the summer before when Emery was appointed, that, my friend, confirmed. It was basically, why should I come here?
Oh, trust.
But they didn't go to Arteta that time. They went to Unai, who gave an outstanding interview, apparently. So
that is gun talk, though.
Oh, I mean, bruv, when you've won like what 7? How many titles has he got?
Right.
He's got so many titles.
Two Champions League finals in the last 5 years, 4 years?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you look at what he's had to like. Don't get me wrong, yeah. I feel like Juventus should be a bigger team than they are now.
Right.
I do agree with that. I think as much as they've run their domestic league in the Champions League, I don't know, man. I still feel like they should for me still be like they should have won a Champions League by now. Surely. Surely. You know, since AC Milan last one, you know, I'm giving them that time, and that's a lot of time. And Allegri's biggest achievement so far is winning the league with AC, because how he won it with AC that year, it's still pretty good. They had a good team, but still, nonetheless.
Nice. His team was wavy, but that AC team was the last great AC team.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, Allegri. My first pick was always Luis Enrique. I just wished we had him, but hey ho, you know, it is what it is. We have to ride it out. So yeah, I don't know if you heard about this stat. Basically, 225% is the injury rate that's gone up since the Bundesliga restarted. I don't even know how they even do that math. And I had to cross check this. So just to see if it was accurate, but like, you know, it was around 225% increase in the injury rates since the Bundesliga started. And we're talking like your soft tissues, it's not like people are not getting stretched off. You know, we haven't seen any of that. But everyone is feeling it. The body is breaking down because they've not had football in such a long time. So what do you think that might affect in terms of the Premier League? We might see some of our players feeling it.
I think especially for the lesser teams. I'll give it an example like a Brighton, where they're used to Saturday, don't play again until Saturday. So I think for teams like that, the midweek games and the importance of those games when it's sort of deep down in the mires of a relegation battle, I think a lot of teams are going to sort of feel those nicks. And I think that's why they've extended it to, instead of 3 substitutions, now we have 5. Because I think for a lot of teams, the rigour, and then, you know, you couple that in with the fact that I rather play football 3 months. So we're definitely going to see a lot of marks, a lot of, you know, groin pulls and things of that nature.
I think you're spot on. When you put it like that, Brighton only playing, you know, 1 game a week to playing, there could be, you know, Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday, you know, Tuesday, Monday, whatever. Like those teams are going to suffer bad. The bottom half of that table in the Premier League are going to suffer badly. What else?
All my problems. Because you're telling me if it's soft tissue, that means you haven't been doing your stretches then.
But it's, you know, you haven't played football at the end of the day, you know, because training and football are 2 different things completely. You know, a match for 90 minutes is intense.
Yeah, I feel like pre-season. Then Arsenal played Charlton the other day.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, what does it mean? What does it mean? You know, when you've got to play.
You get 90 minutes of football under your belt, bro. Stretch them legs out, bro. Them man didn't have they were just training straight into a game,
even then, there's bare substitutes, so you don't play 90 minutes.
Correct, yeah.
Well, you better figure it out, boy. Arsenal need Champions League football.
Yeah, they do. They definitely do.
Or we're in trouble, bro.
Yeah. And you know, go on, Oscar.
I was going to say, but you're not getting it, though. I think this year you need to look at what can we do next year. Do you know what I mean?
This guy don't annoy me, bro.
Read the league table, Oscar, man. Go look at the league table and then come back.
Is 5th like still up for grabs for Champions League?
Yeah.
At this present time.
Present time, yeah.
Yeah, if we're still keeping up to that 5th thing, then you've got a chance. But top 4, I don't think there is really a chance for you.
I don't care. We need. It's essential.
I hear that.
Right.
Or is it an essential shop that you need to go?
Get me started, right?
Bro, it's not even a thing. Like I was gonna say more on the statistics on Bundesliga. Look, 19% home wins, 34% away wins, and 47% draws. The whole, if your team is good, you should beat the next team. That's just what it is going to be. So for example, Arsenal playing, say, Aston Villa away, which could be a tough game because of the crowd, bruv, man, them should just be pipping them, man, there. Your Brightons, your Burnleys, even your Sheffield Uniteds, or even go that far. All of them, man, there just need to get slapped up because your teams are better than them. Like the quality of player you all have, like every team that everyone supports here, right on this pod, has got. You can't be losing to anyone from 7th downwards. You should be beating them all.
Trust.
So that's what the Bundesliga shown. Certain managers they just rocked up and said, "Wait, we're better than you though. Doesn't matter for away. Doesn't matter for that Frankfurt." You know what I'm saying? Like it don't matter nothing. And so you see people like, but I think Bayern have got the best away record this season, and their away record is better than their home record this season, and yet we've seen them play a lot away since the restart.
Pete, if we get slapped up next week, I'm done.
I think you are there.
If
Manchester City.
If City, no. If City Palmas, I'm done. I'm out.
Why are you done,
bro?
Why are you done?
If we lose, I can take a loss. But if we get pammed, nah.
but getting pammed against City when you've got the back four you have, it's not.
Listen, Ernest, bro. You know Aguero's going to be fit. Sterling, Morez, De Bruyne.
Dave, you're that's a reach.
Right. Allow me, bro.
No, it's not about allowing. I'm just saying that if I was an Arsenal fan with your back four, like I would expect to get pammed. Like, and the thing is, City haven't pammed you. No. That's a lie. I was gonna say the 3-0 in the first half. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was like, hold on.
Before that, it was what?
Bro, but even I was gonna say, fam, we've been holding corn against Man City. Like it's been total football. Watch every Arsenal City game in the last 2 seasons. It's been total football.
I can't remember when you guys in your pitch blue.
The last decent performance I saw was the Giroud Sanchez 2-2.
Oh, that was time ago.
Oh, okay, but I mean, Giroud left ages ago. You know what I mean? That's time ago, cuz. You know the one, Olivier Giroud.
And this is what I'm saying. I think you guys should expect to get handled, but it's because No, hear me out. It's because there is a lot of work that needs to be done. So I don't think there's any shame in your game to just play to the strengths of your team. Just you know what I'm saying?
Ernest, I'm under no illusions. Yeah, we're getting worked against Man City. No, they're going to be playing total football all week.
No, but David's saying that he's done, and I'm like, whoa, like it's City.
He'll be back. Don't worry.
He'll be back.
When we slap up Brighton, I will see you, cuz. I will see you, bro. Get me, bro. It's that you have to write it off for now. That game, just that game.
Lads, we have a question from. We have a question from Boslick Endo. As it currently stands, who do you expect to get top 4 next season?
Woo! Man like Endo.
Liverpool, City, United, Chelsea.
United and Chelsea.
What? No Tottenham?
No.
Maybe.
What, no Arsenal?
Arsenal? Come on.
No Arsenal?
Nah.
No.
What? No Leicester?
If we don't keep Aubameyang, yeah, I'm done. It's a wrap. Leave it alone. No way.
Aubameyang. Top 4 as it currently stands. Okay, fair enough. So I'm saying Leicester will do it again next year. If I'm to predict that the form will continue onto next season,
they don't have a big enough group though.
But look, Man City, what's it called? Man United, Tottenham, Arsenal. Yeah, what we're doing, we're just walking on banana skins and just falling all over the place. Then it's a case of Chelsea need to look with Hakim Ziyech coming in, and then we're going to possibly talk about Timo Werner next. Yes, they should be in the top 4. So top 4 as it stands currently today, I think that will be the top 4. But obviously, Man City might not be in the Champions League, so it will go to 5th place, which I guess Manchester United might nick it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm very excited for our midfield.
Yep.
And the fact that Rashford is back, I think that it's a genuine. I've been getting onto Rashford the last 18 months, but I think I think the guy deserves his medals, man. Like he's a decent player for his age. He's decent, and I think if we've got him and Tony up top with our midfield, I expect better than what we did in the first half of the season.
Yo, did you say McTominay up top?
Did I say McTominay? I said Tony.
Oh, Tony. Okay.
Yeah, I said Tony. Man said Scotty.
Tony Marshall.
Yeah, Ernest, do you think you've sorted out your midfield issues?
Say that again.
Do you think you've sorted out your midfield issues? Like,
You need a DM.
Nope. We need a DM.
In terms of like, you're not relying on Pogba to create everything. Like you've got Bruno who can.
But I think we need a defensive dimension, and they're going for Donny van de Beek, but apparently, Madrid have said they're not signing anyone big, which has apparently left the door open for us. He's not my number one choice. I want Thomas Partey, but he's better than McTominay. So, you know, and this is the thing. This is not me saying that McTominay is not good. McTominay has a bit to go before he becomes an established midfielder. But I'm not gonna hate on the guy. The guy's got he's
improved.
Talent.
He's
got
improved.
Talent. You see what I'm saying? But Donny van de Beek has got absolute. Like he's Dutch. He plays for Ajax. He almost got to a Champions League final. You see what I'm saying? I can't hate on the kid.
Interesting. AD, what was you going to say there on that? You was jumping on that.
I think 2 points. I think David actually made a quite a good point about Leicester, about them having a thin squad. So I think, and especially when you sort of factor in the fact that, you know, Jamie Vardy's 33, and the way in which he uses his body, he looks after his body, that playing once a week, in retiring early from England, do you think potentially Leicester could run out of steam? But if I had to sort of hedge my bets, I'd go, obviously, you know, Liverpool top, City second. I'd go Leicester. I'd go United third, Leicester fourth.
Are you talking about next?
No, this season. And I think the reason why I think Chelsea drop out, because I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like you've been so almost resigned to the fact that you're going to finish fourth. You know, the season is locked off. I think you sort of assumed that, you know, you sort of stay in the top four. I think that coming back, I think you've got too many targets on your back, if that makes sense. I think Leicester have done enough to maybe stay in the top four because of the early season work. And then ultimately, I think United will take your spot, because I think United are in a good vein of. I think the midfield is looking very, very good, and then Marcus Rashford is back as well. I think United are on an upward trajectory. So yeah,
I would have to say I see why you said that, simply because if you look at the fixtures that are to come, we've still got to face City and Liverpool later on down the line. So those are 2 games where you could feasibly see Chelsea losing points, as well as our poor form in the other games. So it's very, very scary. United's only real tough game is the first game, which is Spurs. After that, if you look at the rest of the fixtures, United should win every single game. Like you really, really should. So I'm not nervous. I'm definitely nervous. Yeah, no, Tottenham's your first game though. Like if you beat Tottenham, after Tottenham, it's plain sailing for you. Like you should win every single game. So it's tough, man. It's tough. I'm not 100% confident in Chelsea.
Interesting. What about you, Ernest? Who would you say would be your top 4 next season as it currently stands?
Boy, I hate having hope in United. I just don't trust this team. But man, Liverpool won it. City. So we're saying top 4 regardless of whether City have to, you know.
Well, that's what I gave a caveat of. If you're going to take out City, then I throw in Man United. But if you can include City if you want to.
If we're taking City out of it, then yeah, United, Leicester. Man, this is tough. I'm not gonna lie.
About this season?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought we were talking about next season. Oh, my bad.
No, the question's next season.
Yeah, the question says next season. So that's why I was confused.
Yeah, no, because he said as it currently stands, he or she, as it currently stands, what do you think will happen next year?
I think they mean Champions League, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boss Slick Endo, can you clarify whether you meant this season or next season?
If it's as it currently stands,
wait, this year. I go, bro. The man say Boss Lick. Come on, cuz. Respect the team. Respect the team.
Really, mate, what is it?
What's like?
What's like, bro?
What's like?
I said Boston.
What's that?
That is
My bad.
man remixed it from
I'll tell you
PG-13 to Triple X, bro. That is
We've got Robbie from Arsenal
My
fans
bad.
here, man. Listen, hey.
I'm just gonna say Endo from now on. But anyway, Endo says United are feeding off the Bruno hype.
Now,
What does that mean?
but Bruno, I'm not gonna lie. Bruno has justified. Let's not sit here in front. The guy has picked us out of holes in the last month.
You know what's so funny? I totally agree with Endo, but at the same time, bro, do you remember how dire United were without him? Like
Yeah.
before,
United was
do you remember what United were like last year and this season? Holy smokes, they were awful.
Yes.
In
This is what I'm
midfield,
saying.
it was
This is
like
what
black.
I'm
It was plain white rice, no stew, no
That's
salt,
it. That's it.
nothing. It was
That's
just
it.
bland.
Maybe a mayo. Maybe a Hellman's mayo.
No, Mayo gives too much flavor. Mayo gives too much flavor. It's too much offering. That's too much offering. I'm saying plain rice.
No, honestly, like,
Bro,
bro, I'll never forget when man came in and then did was it Watford? I think was his first game or one of them games. He scored a penalty.
Wolves.
Wolves.
Yeah, and then we drew, and he had the most shots on target.
And he had the most shots on target. Yeah. Then we battered Watford. The guy turned up against Man City, did his thing. I'm like, listen, the guy has given us reason to be gassed. Feeding off the hype. Like the thing is, Bruno hasn't given us anything to not be hyped over. So I don't really see the issue. I think the anticipation is that when him and Pogba link up, and the thing is, Pogba's got no trim. He's fresh off that Eid Mubarak, bro. Them man there are trying to do this midfield thing. You see what I'm saying? And my boy Fosu Mensah's back. No trim. No.
Have you seen Eric Bailly's stream today?
Listen. Level 4.
Like he cut himself. Eric Bailly had a mohawk. If you guys don't know.
on the Bruno thing, bruv. His performance against Everton, I sat there. I said, I have to accept it. I'm just gonna accept it.
You know, that's how I thought.
Trust me.
It was the Everton game for me where I just said, okay, do you know what? People can have like the guy was top goal scorer with 31 goals last season for Sporting. He was in midfield with 31 goals.
Double figures in goals and assists.
Honestly, there are some players who come and they hit the ground running. It's not a fluke. Like they actually come and turn up. So
okay, so Endo has clarified his question. He said in the next season, in terms of current signings,
he means who's gonna finish top 4 this year.
yeah, forget Arsenal, bro.
next year.
no, next year. He's saying
Next
year.
year, with current teams and signings, like potential signings coming in.
He's saying plus Werner plus Ziyech for Chelsea next season.
So like,
Who,
say like,
who will be the top four?
How do you predict
quite
that
hard.
this year?
Yeah, it's quite hard.
Yeah, bro. Arsenal's next game.
No, do you know what? It's not that hard. For example, if the season was null and void today, right, and we're starting a fresh new season next week, we would give predictions, wouldn't we? Based on what we're seeing in the transfer window, based on what we're seeing with the squad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
In that case, there's certain teams that are nowhere to be seen then.
yeah.
Such as
Arsenal.
Who?
I don't know what you're seeing. Who are you signing?
mate, check. Listen, mate, look at Arteta's record at the minute. Yeah, I'm just saying, one defeat in the Premier League since he joined. I'm just saying.
And how many games?
My question.
It's about eight games.
It's not about what you mean. It's how many games.
If you look at who's doing what in the transfer, or speculatively, Chelsea are doing the madness, so I expect them to be in the top 4, even fighting for the title if everything goes to plan.
Ooh, the title.
I said even.
Guys,
Have you seen that back four?
Peter,
I said if
we
they carry on
carry
doing what they're
on
doing. I said if they carry on what they're doing instead of trying to sort it out, then there's nothing not to it. If same thing with United, you could say
you can't predict that Chelsea will strengthen the back just because they bought Ziyech and Werner.
no.
Or
I'm
they're buying
saying
Werner.
if you're saying if people are doing their speculative transfers, and I said he'll be in the top 4, Chelsea will be there without a doubt.
I'm not gonna lie. Challenging for the title is strong for me.
Who's Chelsea's goalkeeper?
There we go.
Kepa Arrizabalaga. That's a good issue.
Who's leaving?
Chocolate wrist.
He's still our keeper. I think I agree with Robin. If Chelsea do their business right and sign a centre back, we could definitely challenge City and Liverpool. I'm not saying we would win the league, but we'd be within 5 points of them.
You need a new
Do
goalkeeper
you not think you need two centre backs?
and a goalkeeper at that.
No, do you know what? I really like Christensen, and I think pairing with him.
I like Southern Fried Chicken.
What? Listen, I like Southern Fried Chicken.
But
Your centre backs are not good.
they're not. That's why I said we need to sign one. But I think it's only one.
One isn't enough.
It could
One
be
is enough. One is enough.
I mean, we can agree to disagree. I think that you've got defenders that can do a job.
Yeah.
But I think Rudiger's like run off with this idea that because he's big and black, he can defend. And for
Wow.
Okay. I'm not saying he said it himself. I'm just saying that when you're big and black, people think you can defend. That's why every midfielder that comes that's tall and dark, they think he's Vieira. That's why they rated Doucouré for so long. Where's Doucouré now? That's what I'm saying. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, man are running off stereotypes, not necessarily because they've made it themselves, but it just comes with the job. I don't think that your back four, in terms of the two centre backs, are leading you to a title challenge.
Who's the left back?
I agree.
Who's the left back?
That's
Tell
what.
me.
Well, we definitely need a left back. We've got Emerson, I suppose, because we've got Alonso, who's a bit older, and Emerson. But I think if we signed a centre back and we partnered that centre back with Christensen, we could look a lot more solid. And you know the midfield. If Lampard gets that midfield free working, our midfield pattern, Ziyech and Werner added to that, we're going to score a lot more goals. It seems like a much better team. And you bear in mind, I'm saying that Chelsea would be maybe 10 points better off than we are now. And that would be considered like closer to City and Liverpool. I'm not saying we'd win the league.
I think if you add everything you're gonna add minus your defensive attributes, individuals, you're looking like Liverpool pre Virgil. But for me, you don't have a Matip. That's my issue. Matip is good. You don't have that right now. That's my issue with Chelsea.
I disagree.
I think Christensen can be as good as Matip. Well, go on, Adrian.
Okay. Because I was going to say, because I thoroughly agreed with your point about you need one centre back, and it's funny that Ernest mentioned Van Dijk because Van Dijk was the example I was actually going to use. So let's take, for instance, Koulibaly. If you were to sort of get in a top class established centre half, and you partner him next to a Christensen, next to Tomori, next to a Rudiger, in the same way in which Van Dijk partnered next to a Lovren, average defender, elevated his game. So I actually think it's
Adrian was waiting to hear Virgil's name.
Adrian, I'll say this though: their goalkeeper's not good enough.
Wait,
let me finish. Let me frigging finish. All right, yeah. The goalkeeper's not good enough. The goalkeeper's not good enough. The left back isn't good enough. Both centre halves are not good enough, and the right back. You either have a 40-year-old or you've got Reece James, right? Their centre forward is Tammy Abraham as we speak at the time of recording. The Werner deal hasn't done yet. Yes, they've got Ziyech. By the way, who does Ziyech replace? And also,
Ziyech. Remember, we've got Willian and Pedro, who are supposedly on the way out. We've still got Pulisic and we've still got Hudson-Odoi. So I think what the team would be is Ziyech one side, Werner on the other side, and Tammy Abraham up front.
If you sign Timo Werner to play on the left and leave Tammy up front, you guys are mad. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't want to do that. I personally, if I was Chelsea manager, I'd play Werner up front. But the idea of playing Tammy and Werner isn't the worst thing in the world.
Nah, Tammy's not proven yet. Tammy's not proven yet.
Tammy's not proven yet. He's not proven yet, but Tammy is our top goal scorer this year. So if you add a top goal scorer
from a lot about Chelsea,
from Leipzig, yeah, it says that. It says that
because he scored how many goals this season?
About 13
in the league, Tammy.
13, and one of them was a hat trick. sorry, 3 of them was a hat trick against Wolves.
Yeah,
and so what I'm saying
it says a lot.
No, that's my point. And so I'm not. When I think of Chelsea, I think of Abramovich's highest estimation of what you can be, and that is making players that are on the same level as your Jorginhos, your Hazards, etc., etc. Obviously, Hazard's gone, and so for me, I feel like Tammy. Like obviously, I'm a big fan of promoting youth. I like Ajax's system. I like what they're doing, but in the Premier League, it's really difficult to promote that. So if I'm looking at what I would like, I don't mind Tammy playing there. If I'm looking at what Abramovich wants, I don't think Tammy is the man yet. And for me, if you're paying for a top striker like Werner, then you might as well not have Werner, and you should have signed 2 quality wingers in Ziyech and possibly like a Sancho to accommodate Tammy, rather than paying 50 million for a striker and then playing Tammy to just say, let's play the 2 of them, because Abramovich's targets would be what Robin is saying, that I want this team to challenge, because the last trophy you won was Europa League, and you haven't pushed on from there, in my opinion. So if Werner comes, if Ziyech comes, then Tammy has to step up. He has to.
Yeah, no, fact. Tammy, it's predicated on the idea that Tammy is going to get better. And I think this year, looking at how Tammy Abraham started the season, he should have been on 20 league goals this year. He's not that, and he probably won't get there. What I'm saying is, if you put Werner, who is a goal scorer, yeah, he's going to score goals for Chelsea alongside someone who's the top goal scorer, it makes a lot of sense. Whereas if you put Werner as the starting number 9, you're taking a player who scored a lot. You're taking our top goal scorer, removing him, and adding another top goal scorer. Meanwhile, Pulisic ain't getting you goals. Callum Hudson-Odoi didn't really do it this year, and you've got Ziyech, who is yet to be seen. I'm saying it makes more sense to have 2 bona fide goal scorers in your team rather than 1. If you look at Liverpool, if you look at City, they both have at minimum 2 goal scorers.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a feeling that Timo won't work at Chelsea. To the question that you put up on the flyer on the Top 4 Twitter account, is because Chelsea strikers have always been that. It's one of those conundrums that nobody seems to work out or understand.
It's a cursed position.
It's a cursed position, and unless you're Acosta or Drogba, those are probably the only 2 I can pick out in the last 20 years who have been like successful at Chelsea. Some people who are strong, a centre forward that is strong, a brute who does not take anything from any centre half. When you put people like Timo Werner in, I don't see an animal. I don't see a beast. I see somebody who scores goals. Don't get me wrong, but when the price is right, like when the environment is all nice, then he will score goals. And I don't think he's the kind of person that will dig Chelsea out of holes. I don't think
Have you seen the grass that this guy has in front of him on a Leipzig counter attack, bro?
He can build out. And you know what's so funny? He's not going to get any of that grass in the Premier League. and that's first of all, Stamford Bridge, people can't find anywhere to set up a house. Never mind going to places that are dogged defending, dogged rigid midfields.
Wolverhampton away.
When all it, Connor Cody's just going to give him 1 kick in the shin just to let him know he's there, and then that will be it. That will be the end for him in the first half. Like, unless Chelsea can format a way. Now, Ziyech is a fantastic signing. If they can get him to really provide for Timo, then we're looking at something. But if you're going to try and copy and paste what he's done at Leipzig and Stuttgart to now, oh hell no, that's not going to happen.
But doesn't this seem like a typical Chelsea signing in which it seems like they sign a player off of hype, rather not a player but a striker off of hype outs, but they don't necessarily know how they're going to use him within the team. Because I think Werner can work. It's just if it doesn't, I won't be shocked.
I'm not shocked at all. You're right. Yeah.
They don't have enough that pitch, bruv. So if they're trying to hijack Sancho, boy, you put them man there and that boy.
I don't think that will happen. Just because if we're looking at the transfer window and all the stuff that's happening right now, the fact that Madrid is saying we can't sign anyone this summer window, it will explain a lot of what teams can do and can't do this summer. If the top teams
spend their hazard money,
but yeah,
they're gonna come in with the P watch. I'm telling you.
You see that
the country, yeah. I'm coming with the thing, bro, with the length, bro. Werner there. All right, Sancho, you wanna come? Hey, come London, come back, come this way, bro. Man United, bro.
Right.
Man City already rejected you. Come here, come London. I got the P right here, cuz. I'm telling you, bro. What's
That
gonna happen?
Werner deal is just the Werner deal is just Morata money. So
That's what I think.
it's
Yeah.
not even. You have to like factor in. Chelsea did have like a transfer ban, so I think that sort of makes things a bit different for Chelsea's perspective. It seems like Abramovich is ready to drop a bit more. But I don't know.
But aren't you going for like Ben Chilwell as well?
Well, let's
I
get
hope
that
not. I hope we don't.
That's what I'm saying. If you're buying him as well, and you want to buy Sancho, who's another 100 mil, I don't think you have that kind of money, and I don't think anyone has that kind of money unless Abramovich is just pouring out more oil money. That's what I'm just like, okay. As much as I would like to say people can hijack, this transfer window is going to be weird, very very weird.
Have you not seen what Leipzig have said in terms of we've had no bid from Chelsea, we've had no conversation with Chelsea as far as Timo Werner is concerned. He's not going anywhere. So imagine all this reporting's going on, and Leipzig have turned around and said, "I'm sorry, Chelsea, who? What? No, we've not heard nothing." So
yeah, I mean that's what I think it was. It their manager that said that publicly?
I think it's the manager who came out with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as far as he's concerned, Timo Werner is still a Leipzig player, so he's going to talk about Timo Werner in regards to them. I think, based on the sources that I've heard, the deal is done. Shout out to Real Deal, who's just commented saying Chelsea are too slick with the deals, and I think it's down to Marina's brilliance, isn't it? Marina she's a diamond, so she sorted out these deals.
I think knows how to do transfers.
Listen, don't be surprised.
Anything
in a blue shirt, bro.
Now, honestly, Chelsea will be linked one day, the next day signed. It's friggin' annoying.
Us man,
friggin' annoying.
Wait for the season to end, yeah. Aye, cool.
Bruv, they signed Ziyech in February, bruv. Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? In February.
Real G's moving silent. Real G's moving silent. You know how it is.
We see. Okay.
Okay. Well, what's that defender they signed? Jiliboji? How was he moving in silence?
Everybody takes the bells.
Where's
Hector? Hector?
Where's Hector from Reading?
Remember Hazard? Remember that?
Thorgan.
Look, we signed the whole family. We had to
remember Aina?
Well, Aina's kicking ball, bro.
Hold on. They signed the brother.
Yeah, they signed both of them.
Yeah, they signed both of them.
Yeah,
they signed all three of them.
The older brother got him hooked up, bro. Hey, come.
No wonder
we
why
signed the whole family. We signed the whole family.
This illegal dealings, bro. No wonder why they got it banned. Where's Bertrand Traore? Remember him?
Where's Bakayoko?
Kennedy.
Look, some deals don't work out, innit? Some do. It happens.
That's a Bakayoko.
Real Deal says Chelsea have a different model now. They are very much relying on sales of players than Roman splashing crazy. So he's suggesting that it's all money with recruits.
Sorry, quickly, just whilst, because you mentioned Bakayoko, can I tell you a story about Bakayoko in the French league? No, was it in the French league? I can't. I think it was at. I think it was at Monaco.
I think you saw the story.
Have I said it? Well, when the substitution goes up, and he thinks it's his number, so he goes off. How can you not know what number he wears? What's the matter with this bloke?
That's a Chelsea player, though.
Bruv, he's honestly, he's smoking the highest.
Does he still play for Chelsea now? I thought he told it.
Nah, I'm sure he's a Chelsea player. I'll check it.
We'll recruit a good son back.
What was Real Deal's comment anyway?
Oh, you're
saying he was just saying that Chelsea have a different model now, and that they rely on the sales of players rather than splashing Roman's money. So when I was saying about the Werner deal, it seems like it was Morata money, and there's still Hazard money there.
Well,
so it's not necessarily Roman injecting cash.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Your boy is still on loan, bruv. He's on loan currently at Monaco from Chelsea.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, we got to sell him. We got to get him off the books.
He's played more games for Monaco and AC Milan than he's played for Chelsea. That's a mazine.
Wait, I
That
thought
is
he played more than 24 games for AC.
He played 31 games for AC. That's why they didn't make any European football. Anyway, Ben Chilwell, you were saying 70 million quid is what the reported sum is.
Yeah. Yes, Adrian, put your hands up.
How many England caps has he got? If that even matters.
He's probably number one.
70 million.
Listen, yeah, I don't want that you. I don't want him.
Yeah. I think it was part of the noise, wasn't it? It was part of that Leicester hype that just made bare noise very quickly. Okay, Jadon Sancho. I don't know if you had an update on this haircut malarkey and as to why he actually got banned. Not banned, sorry, fined.
Fined. Yeah.
I meant fined. Are you ready for this? Are you lot ready for this one?
What do you say?
The brother flew back to London for the trim and flew back to Germany. Your thoughts?
Yes.
Drip
Jadon.
is forever.
Wait,
How the brother flew back?
Or
What do you say?
What, private jet, yeah?
I don't know how he done it, but if he's probably a British citizen, so he would have got in okay, and then going back, he would have had a work permit visa to get back to Germany.
COVID-19.
Even if he did economy class. AD. Fam.
He's travelled to different countries. What's going on?
It's funny is that he said that the fine was a joke, and I think we could have all agreed him getting fined for getting a trim was a bit silly because it couldn't have just been someone in his house, like you don't even really know. But then obviously they caught footage. I think he put his own footage up, right, like we talked about last week. But the brother flew to London, cuz. Yeah, man had to get that Kennington trim, bro. He couldn't let it lie down. He had to get that Kennington trim.
I said he went to barbers,
Which means to say, is it questionable to say that every 2 weeks his hair gets knotty, he ends up back in South London?
Potentially.
He gets
Germany's not a long flight, you know. It's like an hour and a half.
No, but bro, like even if it's not, my days. Every 2 weeks I'm going to another country.
Yes, real deal. Believe in your barber.
Real deal says believe in your barber, bro.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
Do
you know what? If you look with Jadon Sancho, would you have done the same thing?
No.
This is funny because our barber is in the chat. That's why it's so funny.
real deal's the barber, you know.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. If I was at Dortmund, making the P, fam, I'm off.
for it.
Why can't you find the barber out there? Make his business international.
What if he can get him? What you think you can get him in? This guy's probably straight out of Lambeth. You think they'll let him in Germany? You must be freaking kidding me. That's your mind, your damn mind. You have to go and circulate that, bro. Oh, guess what? Benfica, right? Oh, God, this is madness. It's not even funny, but how can the players bus? A team bus got attacked and 2 players got injured for their game that they had.
I heard about this.
Unbelievable. Now you know football is back from time, How are you attacking the bus? Like, who's on road finding this team bus and then attacking it?
No, but you know the Portuguese league is higgy.
Because
wasn't it the whole like Sporting Lisbon squad that got attacked, bashed off, dead bricked, or whatever? Man had like cranium injuries and that. It was
12 man left the team at the end of that. They just left. So we're not playing with Sporting no more and just left. They're about to sick, bro. Hey, foreign countries, bro. Don't pet.
Nah, the Portuguese league is no joke. You can't just go in and out like that, bro.
I couldn't believe it. I was laughing, but I shouldn't laugh. But man, them are attacking the bus, blood. At a time like this, do you know what it was? Like even if I saw the Tottenham bus, I won't even look at it. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna start attacking it. That's ridiculous.
No, but remember, like the Portuguese league is a poor league, innit? Them man have no P's. So like when you're a football fan out there, like you're spending your life savings to watch the team you love. So when they're taking a piss, then it's like, all right, cool. We know where you live.
You're absolutely right, bro. Some of the pitches, oh my days. Some of the
Yeah.
pitches. You go watch a Boa Vista game, then you know you've hit the rock bottom. If you watch them man there, then you know it's game over. In the Premier League, obviously, when it resumes, we'll be looking forward to that very nice and properly. 5 substitutions have been allowed, so I don't know if you've known that. You know, they've allowed to have 9 subs in total, but you can only make 5 substitutions in the game. What how are you lot feeling about your team going into the restart of the season? We'll start with Oscar.
Like I said, I'm not the most confident. I'm glad we got all of our players back now, and Chelsea will benefit from the 5 subs because we got a ton of midfielders, and but I think the whole substitution thing benefits the bigger teams because the bigger teams have better benches, so they can just rotate with better players. So it's a bit harsh on the small teams, but obviously we just don't know how people have reacted to this time off and how they're going to come back. Our first game is against Aston Villa, and I'm very, very worried that we could lose this game just because
Really?
we don't know what to expect. Yeah.
Villa?
Yeah.
They're gone. They're going down.
We should beat Villa. We should beat Villa, but it's very different circumstances. I don't know if we're going to come back to the form that we were in before.
Where is the game being played?
Are you home or away?
Villa Park.
Yeah. So if we're going by what happens in the Bundesliga, where the home teams get a disadvantage throughout most of the time, yeah, you should be fine, really.
Yeah, I'm just pessimistic. We should be all right.
Adrian, what do you reckon, man? How many more games before you lift that trophy?
Yes, I think first, get our 2 more wins, secure the league, and then I think, if possible, potentially try and get 101 points as well. I know, obviously, the way in which the league has gone, the landscape of it, and people may discredit it, and potentially, yeah, you could argue it's a fair argument. But I definitely think if we could sort of leave the season, I don't necessarily care too much about losing any more games. I think if we could get 101 points, that'll be nice. And then also, once the league is wrapped up, you can maybe start giving minutes to some of the younger players, your Curtis Jones, your Harvey Elliott's, potentially get their medals as well. So yeah, I think that's what we're really looking at now.
Adrian, where's Brewster?
He's at Swansea. He's been around at Swansea actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Ernest, what about you? How are you feeling towards the restart? What are you expecting from Manchester United?
As far as I'm concerned, we're in pre-season, so let's just because Pete. When I tell you, I have no faith in United. But at the same time, because I think like, not to be super pessimistic, but I've seen glimpses of things to be excited about. It's just you see Ollie, like Ollie is Einstein 1 minute, then he's Funkmaster Flex the next. I don't know what he's on, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man.
So I feel like we're definitely gonna attack. We are 100% gonna attack. You're gonna see a lot of the at Rashford versus City and Tottenham, and City and Tottenham. You're gonna see a lot of pace. You're gonna see a lot of that stuff come back. But my biggest worry is, can we keep consistent enough to make Champions League? Because for me, honestly, like. COVID has made me forget. Like COVID has been bliss because I've forgotten about Europa League. I've forgotten about so much nonsense. Yeah, I don't want to be playing Thursday nights next season. I really don't.
Do you know what? I see Manchester United in the Champions League next year, and whether that's via the Premier League or via the Europa League, you're one way or another, you're going to be in the Champions League next year.
Yeah, I hope you're right because I think we need it. We need a break from playing Thursday nights. You know them ones. It's just long, and I think we've got the caliber of players that can do a job. It's just I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to see to the end of the season.
David, what are your thoughts on the Arsenal for the rest of the season?
We got City away. Yeah. Then we got Brighton away. Yeah. They're fighting relegation.
Calm.
Listen, this one's saying calm. It's that season, bro. It's that time of the season where man them start relegation teams.
You know when they're just fighting for their life and they will do absolutely anything.
Them, we got Southampton. I think they're on 34 points, so hopefully they're on holiday. We should batter them.
I'm counting the wins. So if you're seeing my fingers, I'm counting wins. That's 2 wins. Go on.
Right. Then we got Norwich at home. They're
Bang.
bottom of the league, fighting for relegation. Then listen to these round of fixtures. Wolves away.
You're not winning that.
Wolves away. Leicester at home.
Leicester.
Tottenham away.
Yeah.
Tottenham away, yeah. Then we got Liverpool.
Man's giving it the Booker T.
And then we got Villa Watford. We're not making top 4, bro.
This is why I said at the top of the show. You're not
Like,
making
no, you're not making it.
That's what you're making out to be.
Nah, this
Random,
is
bro. It is. Our run. The thing is, yeah, it's also funny. Our run now is easier with no crowd because these games with a crowd, holy smokes!
And do you know what it is?
man shouted at you
Arsenal home
saying
game.
time to go.
Listen, Pete, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's take the City game out, yeah. If we get a draw, I'm happy. But if we lose that game, fine. We
Yeah.
need to pepper Brighton, Southampton, Norwich. I hate to see 9 points. We drop points. If we drop points, I'm done.
But listen, no word of a lie.
If
No
we
word of a lie.
don't get 9 points from 9, we're not getting top 4. Just leave it alone, bro. And I don't want Europa. And I don't want I do not like Europa League.
Bruv, let us just stay at 9th. You get me? Let us just finish 9th, bro. But the thing is, we're in the FA Cup, innit? If we win that, you're back in the Europa League.
Yep.
I'm not
Oh
on it.
man.
Come on, bro.
my
Wolves, Leicester, Spurs, and Liverpool. What is that?
That's a nightmare. That is a nightmare. Are those 4 games in a row?
Yes.
Hey,
Yes. You're not making top 4.
unless we get into the
But
semi-final.
you know what's funny, yeah? Do you know what's
Great.
so funny? Do you know what's so funny? The early kickoff will be like Manchester United against, let's say, Brighton, yeah? Man United will drop points, but then we still got to go to Liverpool and beat them. That's the annoyance of it. And then Man them will just finish top 4, top 5 by default because everyone else is slacking. Chelsea did this about 3 or 4 times this season
Facts.
where they were getting slapped about, but no. Nobody wants to take advantage of it. Instead, we want to draw with Southampton.
Facts.
Yep.
Man them want to go draw with Burnley. Man them want to lose to Watford. You get me? Like, that's what's friggin' annoying about it. Hey, fam, you know what, bro? This is, hey, Ernest, I'm about to tag you, bro. Pre-season, bro.
Even
It is what it is.
Pre-season.
That's
It
how
is
I
what
even
it is.
Leicester have been moving mad, and no one's catching them.
Yeah, bro. Leicester had 1 point in like 11 games or something like that. It was something ridiculous like that. Like out of 11, they had 1 point.
Right.
Robin, Manchester United, what are your thoughts?
There's optimism because we have all of our players back. So there's no excuse. Now it's all on what Ollie does with them. How does he set them up? What does he do there? Looking at the fixtures left, we have the easiest run out of the top 6.
Fam, give me United's fixture list, man.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Robin
do.
always gasses me off, you know, because
Robin
he
makes man
he
feel
makes
good,
me
man.
believe. Robin makes me believe.
No,
Oh, gosh.
but I'm just saying what I see. It's not I'm saying I believe in United. I don't believe United will get every single point. I believe after Tottenham, if we're looking at the teams that we got to play compared to us, and I've said this in the Bundesliga, when you look at them, my team is playing your team. There's no crowd. Grass is grass. I'm coming to beat you, and that's what I expect for United. So
That's what it should be. That's what it should be.
There's no crowd. There's no crowd to distract you. It's my team versus your team, and which one's better?
And the thing is, like, the reason why I want to be gassed is because Ole does do well against the big teams. so I'm kind of hoping that like we can use that judge and just like coast them and the thing is as well as that beating Mourinho as well will gas me out. Just, you know what I'm saying?
It'll be a good day.
Yeah.
And also, we don't have Thursdays anymore because with Europe, I don't know if you all heard now, the Europa League and the Champions League is now all moving to Portugal, possibly. Like for the rest, yes. So
I just spoke about their shanty football pitches, and they're going to move the European competitions there.
Yeah. So I remember just reading it, and I was going to bring up that in August, because of all the traveling and all that stuff, to make things safe and stop teams traveling all over Europe, they're going to bring everything to one spot, and the proposed spot is Lisbon.
Yeah, they want to
knock up tournaments. Yeah.
They want to finish Europa League and Champions League in 2 weeks in. So wait,
Wow.
I'm trying.
So yeah, so all the teams left, pretty much all go to Lisbon, do their thing in August, and then after that, we have the transfer window. So the fact that Europe is on a pause, I'm very happy about. We can think about that later. Just focus on the league. If we can get an FA Cup, that would be quite nice. I don't mind winning trophies. I think that's everyone's point.
But
yeah.
Who Man United got in the FA Cup?
Norwich.
Wait,
Norwich?
I swear Arsenal got Norwich.
No, we've got
No,
Norwich.
we got Sheffield United.
We've got Norwich.
So add that to your list, David. Sheffield United. away as well. Yeah, away.
So,
but yeah,
it's a thing of, on paper it looks gold, but what are we going to see? I don't know. But I have optimism because I believe that if I can't excuse Ollie for not doing something with this team. You've got ballers in there.
Ballers.
So if they fail like 1-0 and they did something wrong and like, okay, I can't blame them that. But if they're losing like constantly, then I'm thinking, okay, Ollie, what's going on? And that's why I stand. So yeah, that's it really.
Enough. Fair play to you, man. Man City, just on the last note, Man City's ban appeal is commenced today. What do you think the chances are of them getting away with the appeal being sort of written off and playing Champions League football next year? Will it be 1 year? Will it be 2 years still? What are your thoughts on that?
I think it'll go down to 1 year. I don't think they're playing Champions League next season. I just think because of how close everything is, to put them in now would be a logistical nightmare. So I feel like if they have the evidence, no one knows what this evidence is, and it can be proven, it will get scaled down to 1 year, and it will be like every other ban that's happened so far, where they initially do 2 and bring it down to 1.
Cool. Anybody else?
If Russian money talks, Arab money really talks. These guys should have been banned in 2016, 17, and 18. They have gotten away with absolute murder, crimes of a biblical proportion. So, like, these men are going to do 1 year, ride their bird, and then they'll be back. Trust me, bro.
Yeah. Anyone else on that? Anyone else got any comments on that?
Don't care, mate.
Mate, it might benefit us next year, you know, David.
Because if 5th becomes available,
Have you seen our fixture list, bruv? Come on, bro.
Yeah, it is what it is. Any other comments and anything before we wrap this up?
all right, so football is expanding, so it won't be just German football. La Liga returns this weekend.
Oh, snap. Oh, okay. Yeah, La Liga. Oh, snap. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, Spanish football. Anybody keep their eyes on that?
I just looked at the table and I was just like, it's just Barcelona Madrid as normal. But what's interesting is how far Atletico is 6th. I was just like, what's going on here?
Yeah, they're taking it cushy, innit? They'll be back next year. What they're going to do is they're aiming to get in the Europa League so they can just
What's the point of La Liga?
What do you say?
I said, what's the points gap in La Liga?
So the top 2 is 2 points between Barca and Madrid, and then it's literally
right. So,
okay, cool. So it's 2 points, and then Sevilla 3rd are like 9 points behind. So yeah, that's not happening.
Nah. Atletico are just trying to prime
Okay,
themselves
cool.
for Europa League, and then they could just run that. And then they'll be back in the Champions League the year
That's
after.
disappointing. That's very disappointing. And
It makes that Liverpool defeat even more hilarious.
No, I can laugh now.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Oh, sorry, folks. I was appalled.
Yeah, it did sting at the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for locking in to this week's Top 4 podcast. Make sure you share, like, subscribe. We are on Twitter at Top 4 Podcast. We're on SoundCloud at Top 4 Podcast. YouTube at Top 4 Podcast. We are on iTunes. What else have I mentioned?
Facebook.
Facebook. Oh my God, yes, we're everywhere. We're everywhere. Spotify at Top 4 Podcast as well. Thank you for locking in. Thank you to all the people that have put in the comments. Big up Sam Fisher. Big up Boss Like Oscar. Endo. Big up Real Deal. You get me? Yeah?
Yeah, real deal.
Lock in next week at same time, 8 o'clock. We'll be back live. Peace.
I know.
Peace.
Good.